All right, so moving on to the next segment. I'll be sharing my thoughts on the NBA play-in tournament format. Should the NBA get rid of the NBA play-in tournament? So to answer that question, yes. I do believe it's time for the NBA to remove the NBA play-in tournament format. After this season, I think it should go, and we shouldn't get it anymore in the NBA. Now, I do give credit to Adam Silver and the rest of the NBA executives for creating the NBA play-in tournament in the first place back in 2020. Because you guys remember at that time frame in March, I think we were a few weeks away from finishing the NBA regular season before the pandemic era began and the world got put on a shutdown, and it basically paused the remainder of the NBA regular season, and all sports and everything around the world was basically put on pause until we could figure out how to resume life in sports during the pandemic era. And that's how the NBA bubble got created, etc. We all know the story. But at this point, it's honestly a waste of time to have the NBA play-in tournament for the NBA postseason. Now, honestly, it's not doing any favors for the NBA league. And honestly, there's only two teams in history that have benefited from the NBA play-in tournament that have honestly went far in the NBA playoffs. I'm a Miami Heat fan, and I can honestly say, thanks to the play-in tournament, we got far. In the calendar year 2023, we lost our first game of the play-in tournament, then won our second game in elimination format, got the 8th seed. We all know we went on that huge Cinderella run in 2023 to get to the NBA Finals. And then you look at the Western Conference that year, too. The Los Angeles Lakers earned the 7th seed in the Western Conference. They made it all the way to the NBA Western Conference Finals that year. Honestly, those are the only two teams that have benefited from this. And you look at it, the NBA, there's a total of 30 teams, right? And that means there's a total of 15 teams in each conference, the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. You are giving 10 out of 15 of those teams a chance to make the postseason. They're basically in playoff contention because there's a lot of teams fighting for a chance to get one of the lower seeds, the 7th seed and the 8th seed in those respective conferences. Then what I really don't like is if you lose in the NBA play-in tournament, if you're eliminated from that, you have a chance to earn a lottery pick for the upcoming NBA draft in the summer. I don't think that's right, and I don't think if you're in a playoff tournament format or any means, you should be eligible to earn a lottery pick like these other bottom tier teams in each respective conference. I don't think that makes sense. And honestly, you're also giving seeds 1 through 6 in the respective conference more time to rest, while the seeds 7 through 10 are battling for a chance to even earn a spot in the NBA playoffs. So it's just unnecessary. I think we should go back to the formats of 1 through 8. If you don't earn a spot of 1 through 8 in each respective conference, you just go home and you start your NBA offseason like you used to early in the past. And basically, it's more important than inviting. I think that format 1 through 8 is honestly more important and brings more prestige and honor back to the NBA playoffs than inviting 10 out of the 15 teams in the conference to be a part of playoff contention year in and year out. You do the math on it, that's basically 20 teams in the NBA being in contention to make the postseason. They're in playoff contention, and the other 10 teams are basically mathematically eliminated. They start their offseason earlier. So I don't like that. And what really irks me is the lottery pick. Like, if you get eliminated from a play-in tournament format that's basically earning you the right to earn a playoff spot, and you're eliminated from that, and you mean to tell me if you're a part of that tournament, you could turn around and get a top 5 pick, possibly earn the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft? It just doesn't make any logical sense. And honestly, I think that's why the regular season is in the position it's in now. You're basically playing meaningless basketball 82 times a year. 82 times a year if you really want to get down to it, because this is why a lot of teams do the load management. This is why a lot of teams just don't really care about the regular season. You're inviting 10 out of the 15 teams to honestly earn a spot in the NBA playoffs. Look, let me be the commissioner. Maybe I just need some experience and then I can work my way into it one day, right? But all jokes aside, they really do got to get rid of the NBA play-in tournament next year. Let's just go back to seeds 1 through 8. I think that's enough, honestly. And that's what we've been seeing for the game of basketball for countless years since I was in diapers. And even before my time. Seeds 1 through 8. If you don't make it 1 through 8, cut it. You start your NBA offseason early. And then there's no problem with the lottery because I don't think the lottery is going away anytime soon. But my point stands. You should not be in contention to make the playoffs and then turn around and possibly get granted with a lottery pick just because you are in a play-in tournament format. So those are my thoughts on if the NBA should get rid of / scrap the NBA play-in tournament.